What if the Mongol Empire had conquered all of Europe? What if the unstoppable force of the Mongol Empire had swept through all of Europe? What if cities like Paris, Rome, and London had fallen to Genghis Khan's descendants? Today on The Real History, we explore an alternate timeline where Europe bows to the Great Khan and the world takes a very different shape. The Real History. In the early 13th century, Genghis Khan built the largest contiguous land empire in history. From China to Eastern Europe, the Mongols crushed kingdoms with terrifying speed. By 1241, Mongol forces led by Batu Khan and Subutai had already invaded Poland and Hungary. Their next target was Western Europe. But the sudden death of Ögedei Khan, Genghis's son, pulled the Mongol generals back to Mongolia for a succession crisis. That moment, the Mongols' withdrawal, Ahanis, saved Europe. A fork in time. But what if Ögedei hadn't died in 1241? What if the Mongols had continued westward, defeating the Holy Roman Empire, the French, and even England? In this timeline, the Mongols push past Vienna and crush all resistance. Paris falls, Rome is burned, London submits without a fight. The fragmented kingdoms of Europe, divided by language, religion, and power struggles, are no match for Mongol discipline, mobility, and fearsome strategy. Life under the Khan. Under Mongol rule, Europe transforms. Administration. The Mongols were not just warriors, they were organizers. They allow local leaders to rule, as long as taxes flow to the Khan. Religious tolerance. Christianity survives, but loses political power. Bishops are taxed, not obeyed. The Pope becomes just another religious figure. Trade expansion. With the Pax Mongolica stretching from the Atlantic to the Pacific, a new Silk Road connects London to Beijing. Europe's economy shifts eastward. Language and culture, Mongolian and Turkic languages, blend into local dialects. Europe becomes multilingual, with Persian, Arabic, and Chinese influences flooding in. The Renaissance rewritten. In our timeline, the Renaissance emerged from independent city-states like Florence. In the Mongol Europe timeline, centralized rule slows artistic freedom, but accelerates technological diffusion. Chinese printing, gunpowder, and compass tech arrive in Europe a century earlier. Scholars from Baghdad, Samarkand, and Xi'an teach in Mongol-sponsored universities. Art focuses less on individualism and more on imperial glory. Mosaics of Khans replace paintings of saints. Would we still get a Michelangelo? A Shakespeare? Maybe, but their works would look very different. The Age of Discovery. Without European monarchs competing for power, there may be no Portuguese or Spanish empires, no Columbus, no Magellan, but that doesn't mean no exploration. Mongol fleets, built with Chinese naval knowledge, explore the coasts of Africa and even the Americas. The first Europeans to step on American soil might be Mongol-led armies with Spanish foot soldiers. The global power structure shifts dramatically. Religion, science, and society. Religion. Christianity survives, but Islam and Buddhism thrive in Western Europe. Rome becomes a mixed religious city. Science. Knowledge from the Islamic Golden Age enters Europe faster, possibly sparking an earlier scientific revolution. Feudalism ends early. The Mongols dismantle the feudal order, replacing it with a bureaucratic meritocracy. Peasants get more rights under Mongol tax systems than under local lords. The modern world. In today's alternate world, the dominant world language might be a mix of Mongolian, Arabic, and Latin. The capital of Europe could be Prague or Constantinople, not Paris or London. Democracy would take longer to emerge, as Mongol rule suppresses populist revolts. The United States, if discovered, might become a Mongol colony or a cultural fusion of Asia and Europe. Instead of Western imperialism, we might have Eurasian dominance. Conclusion. History often turns on a single moment. Ögedei Khan's death in 1241 saved Europe, but only just. Had the Mongol generals continued, our cities, languages, religions, and global powers could have looked completely different. In this alternate world, the Great Khan's legacy would live not just in Asia, but in every corner of the world. What do you think would be the biggest change if Europe had become Mongol? Would science and philosophy flourish sooner, or be crushed under imperial rule? Let us know in the comments. Subscribe to The Real History for more deep dive, alternate timelines, and forgotten worlds.